Pleasure to have you. Please introduce yourself so everyone can know more about you. Yeah.
Thank you. It's also really nice to be here, and thank you for having us here today. We are happy to take part in this discussion.
Pleasure to have you. Thanks for joining in. Sneha, can you move to the next slide? I think Alexander wasn't able to make it today. So we have Ivan and Daria from the Blocks team. And Ivan is one of the co-founders. I'm assuming he's a techie, and he works as a developer and has experience around technology. And Daria works as a marketer at Blocks. Ivan, Daria, if you want to talk about your journey into product development or getting to build a SaaS, go ahead, please.
Basically what we are doing is developing an email builder that allows people to create like stunning emails just in minutes without even knowing how to code and without any design skills. Because for example, I have no designing and coding skills at all, but sometimes I also craft email templates in our builder for our subscribers. And it really just takes seconds. So what we are doing now is preparing for the launch on Product Hunt as well. We are here just to talk about our marketing journey and our strategy.
Great. So we can start off with the session. If Sneha, you can move to the next slide. So, how do you think when you sort of launch a new product, how do you think about bringing it to market? As in, you've what are the stages involved in bringing a new product to market? So, it starts with you deciding what is the right problem to solve for the customers, and how do you get it to the market and find the right product market fit for the product. So getting the product to the right kind of audience. How do you think about it? Anyone, one of you can go first.
I guess the first stage is to identify the need for your product, to actually get the idea inside of your head that will make you go and do stuff. After that, you need to surround yourself with a dedicated team that will help you bring the product to life. Think through your marketing strategy, because finding the first client is probably one of the most difficult things to do. You can create the best tool in the world, but what's the use if no one knows about it?
Got it. So finding the early adopters is one of the bigger challenges, and finding one of the main users, basically paid users, is difficult unless you provide a great value proposition for them. Great. If I may ask, how was your journey getting your first set of users? So first adopters for your product.
We are also running a digital marketing agency. So basically, this question is connected a bit to the second one. So we're also running a digital marketing agency, and we have a bunch of clients who struggled with having, not having a perfect email builder that would satisfy all of their needs. And that's how we started creating Blocks in the first place. And they were the early adopters that gave us this very feedback, and the staff, the employees at our company, they were the early adopters as well. And we are also doing SEO to drive traffic to our website, and they are turning into customers as well, because you can set up a free account. You don't have to pay anything. You have a limited amount of emails, a limited number of emails you can create per month. So some of the capabilities are a bit restricted, but still all the features are available. And that's why users just come, they don't have to pay, they can just try the tool and see whether they like it or not. And that's basically how we drive these early adopters.
Got it. I think freemium is one of the models, and you had experience building a digital marketing agency, so you're close to the users who are interested in trying out an email marketing platform. Great. I think we can move to the next slide. So how do you stay close to the users by getting feedback from them, so that you are in line with their needs in long term in terms of development?
Sorry, can you hear us? We had just some small problems with internet connection.
Sure. We can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Yes, I can. Yes. I think I can't see you, so I think your camera is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you see us now?
Yes, I am trying to figure that out. Just yes, I can. Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Yes. So the topic, the second slide we are discussing, how do you identify the right need for the customers, and also in the longer term, stay close to them to sort of so that your development is in line with their needs. So how do you take constant feedback from the users? Have you figured that out, or are you in the process of figuring that out?
So as I already said, like the need for the product, it came from like years of experience in the email marketing sphere, like working with the clients and not having a proper email builder tool that would satisfy all of the needs. And that's how we understood like the first needs and preferences that we had in mind while informing product development. And as of now, like the tool is fully functioning, and we need to continue developing and see like what's in other people's mind and what we should do next. And basically, this is one of the reasons we want to launch on Product Hunt, to drive like even more people in and to see the opinion of all these people, because there are lots of makers who have a lot of experience in this sphere and who can share it with us, and like lots of early adopters as well. And another thing that we do is we have a roadmap in our website where customers, they can just click on it and see what features are we currently working on and what features we have in mind, and they can vote for these features to show us like whether they like them or not, and whether they think we should do like concentrate on something else, because sometimes you just don't think about the things customers do. Like you cannot imagine that this is the very thing they need most right now, and you are thinking about something absolutely different. That's why you should just go and ask them. So basically, that's it.
Got it. I think the after a launch, you'll get a lot of feedback on the page, on the launch page, as well as while using the product, they can reach out to you directly over your support email, or even you mentioned your roadmap, they can afford your features. That can be an effective way for you to drive the direction of the product, which is in line with the needs of the customers. Great. I think one of the steps we took was creating a community initially on Facebook to be close to our initial adopters, and we were in touch with them. We created a list of beta customers as well, who helped us develop the initial version of the product, and in long term sort of improve our product in terms of constant feedback.
That's just awesome.
So do you have any insight on what are key elements of launching a successful product? I think it can be experience on the current product or any previous product that you've launched. So
understanding of your audience, their pain points and their reasons for choosing your product to solve their problems. You should be highlighting exactly the features that resonate with your target audience, and not only those you find cool yourself. To do that, all you can is experiment and see what works best. For example, you can find a bunch of early adopters from our considered to be your ideal clients and run a series of CastDev interviews asking a lot of sort of questions on what they like or don't like.
Sorry, your mic is off.
Yeah. I was reiterating the points you mentioned, which were clearly mentioning in minimum number of words the value proposition of the product is one of the key elements of a successful product positioning. It would attract the right kind of user set and which help you sort of differentiate with other products. So in terms of email tools, how do you differentiate with what is existing in the market? So there are a lot of existing email marketing tools. How do you differentiate with them? So how do you position blogs versus other platforms? Yeah.
So another email builders, you get proper HTML code that turns into a proper email only when you export the email. But in blogs, you are working with the right email code with final email all the time. What does it mean? In comparison to other, we don't have any strict rules or patterns for email development. You can upload your own HTML code from other builders to create manually and continue working with them in our builder.
Got it.
The email won't fall apart in our platform or start behaving in a wired way. One of our most prominent features right now is AI power. We've implemented AI writing assistant that can analyze the content of the email and help with the cause of different things, from elevating email copy and to creating email subject lines. And also we've added AI image generation that allows users to create stunning visuals for their email campaigns. The competitors that we know of either don't have AI tools at all, or have only one of them implemented in their products.
Got it. So makes sense. I think we can move to the next slides. Yeah. I think we've covered this. We can move to the fifth one. Because I think we've talked about how you differentiate a product in a competitive market. I think. So Product Hunt is one of the channels for launching a new product. Any other channel you think is most effective, and what are your expectations from a launch from Product Hunt?
So now we're thinking about Product Hunt, and another thing that we are preparing for right now is AppSuma. It's a huge marketplace, so to see where you sell either 1-year deals or lifetime deals to the users at a fixed price. And we decided to give it a try because some of our partners, they also did give it a whirl and they saw some steady results. And it also helps to bring a lot of users to the platform and to actually bring a lot of paying users to the platform, not only the free ones. And it allows you to analyze their feedback and all that stuff, and perhaps they go as free users first, but you can turn them into paying ones after that. And another channel, like as I said, another channel that we use is SEO. It's not fast. It's like not very easy to grow there, especially when you have like some very huge competitors with like lots of articles, lots of keywords they rank for, and very high domain authority. But still manage to do that, and we see like some steady growth there.
Got it. I think, and if I may ask, what is your expectation from a product launch? So, are you looking for early adopters to get feedback, or your initial set of paying customers?
Yeah, I think our first priority right now is to get as many customers as possible. So we're thinking about like turning them into paying customers. Like it's a second thing for us right now, because we want to show them all the features we've implemented and to collect all this feedback to help us develop even more. Because like we are not that big anymore. We've only started like a bit more than a year ago. Like the idea of the product it was in our heads. So that's why right now, what we basically need is like more customers, no matter whether they are paying us or not.
Got it. Yeah, makes sense. We had experience in multiple product launches, and it's gone well. We did get initial customers. We did launch after we had a few initial customers, and we got a first paying customers from product as well. And the effect from product is you get a certain number of users on day one of launch, and as you are featured on the newsletter, there is a continuous momentum in terms of traffic for the next week. So that helps as well. And in terms of SEO, it's great as well. You do rank for a decent number of keywords. Great. I think we can move to the next slide. I think we have a couple of questions. I think Sneha has asked, when developing an AI product, how do you balance innovation and sort of usability for the end users? So basically, the question from Sneha is, so AI is a lot about technology, a lot of things it can do, but how do you create a useful product out of it? How do you balance that? So any one of you can answer that.
We implement in our product only things that works in real cases in our agency, and only this with things. And text AI features and image AI features before to be implemented was used in real cases, in real client projects.
Great. I think that makes sense. And we can take the second one, which is from Elias. How do you spend building a community time building a community if you don't have a dedicated community manager? So I'll take a hit at it, and then if you have anything to add, you can. Yes, Darya, please.
I totally think that you should start building a community as early as you can do. Even if you don't have a dedicated community manager, you can have, for example, a profile of your founder or co-founder, and you can start selling this personal brand and building it, because it also takes time. For example, we don't have like a separate community manager here at Blocks, but all of us, we have a small marketing team, and each of us is responsible for one channel, like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and all that stuff. So like we're posting and answering to the people there, but it's not like our only job. We're also doing a bunch of other stuff. So I think if you can dedicate even a couple of hours a week to this stuff, you should definitely go and try it. And you can also start building a community, for example, on Product Hunt, because it's a great place to do that. I think there are like a lot of discussion topics you can take part in, and like get to know a bunch of other people, like to know their stories, to tell them your story, and you can find some great partnership there, I think.
Got it. I think you can be the community manager. So if you're one of the founders, you can be a community manager. If you have someone in the market team, they can act as the community manager and build out a community on any platform you're comfortable with or your end users are at. So depending on that, choose a platform, host event, have discussions, I guess. Product Hunt has a community section. You can get active there. Which would be sort of your initial interaction with the community, create a buzz by around your product, also contribute to the questions others have asked as well. I think the next one is Elias has asked, how do you approach news, media, press and convince them to write about you? So I'll start with it where you can sort of show a unique value proposition or selling point you have versus your competitor, and how it can be beneficial to them. If you can sort of create a 100-word or 50 to 100-word pitch for them around this, they might get interested, and then you can sort of share a marketing material. Find the right kind of outlet, and Ivan, Daria, if you have any experience working with news and media outlets to write about yourself.
Can you hear us?
Hello? Hello? Sneha, can you hear me? I think Ivan and Daria have.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I think they've disconnected. So let us wait for them to join. I'll take a question from the comments. Are you back, Ivan?
Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, we had some problems again.
Not a problem. I think we can take the next topic on the slide, and then we have a couple of questions. We can take it from the comments. So you're planning to launch a product, and how do you create or generate interest before the product launch if it is a new product? So what is the strategy that you have thought around or are working towards?
What we are basically doing right now is taking part in all of the discussions that we can, like, for example, on Product Hunt as well, and just trying to go there and talk to people about our topic and about our builder. And there are like a lot of discussions, use one sentence to pitch your product and all that stuff. And you can basically go there and try to come up with something like truly special that would make people actually go and check your tool out. And we had like several people who came to our tool out of these discussions, and that's already quite cool as a thing. And you can also go to all of the webinars and online meetings that you can, and not promote your product there, but to talk about your product. And you can also post everything you can on your landing page across all of your social media pages. And if you have an account on the founder, and if it's already a bit bigger, if it's not the first project that this person does, and he already have a quite big profile, then you can have much more people that you can actually talk to.
Got it. I think that makes sense, and it does help if you have an initial buzz on the product, because for the initial couple of hours you would need a push on the store to get features whenever the ranking goes live. Usually it takes they're not live for initial couple of hours or so, and after that you rank based on the number of upvotes you get. Before that, it's a randomized feed where you get upvotes and you're randomly ranked on the page. Great. I think we can move to the next slide, and we can take up a question from the comments from AK, who mentions that AI models require continuous learning and adaptation. And how do you ensure AI products remain up to date and relevant in a rapidly evolving field? Ivan, you want to talk about this?
Can you repeat the question once again? Because we just zoomed out, and that's why we don't have it in the chat. We don't see it. Or can you perhaps send the question once again?
So, yeah, I'll just paste it again in the comments.
У нас получается.
I'm not able to copy it. The question is, AI models require continuous learning and adaptation. How do you ensure that AI products remain up to date and relevant in a rapidly evolving field? And Sneha is actually commented with the question.
Okay, so what we are doing right now, for example, is we know that Midjourney generates images, for example, and we have constantly compared its results with the results of other image generation tools to make sure that users get like the best results possible. So as for now, for example, the new DALL-E has been released, and we have tested it for a while, and we see that some of the results it provides are a bit better than what Midjourney can do. So for example, right now we're thinking about implementing DALL-E as well the moment API goes live. So I think what you should do when you have AI or any other tools, it doesn't matter like what tools you actually have, every tool requires continuous improvement. Because if you just like create a tool and forget about it and don't do anything about developing it, like after a couple of years, you will be just behind everyone else, because you should just be always evolving if you want to stay on top.
Got it. I think rightly mentioned comparing the results, if it's a writer tool to other writer tools, in case if you're an image, comparing it to image tool, or even if it's an AI email generator to another generator. Great. Going to the next topic, any challenges you faced while launching a new product, and how, if any, if you have experience, how did you overcome them? So what are the difficulties launching a new product, and how did you sort of get past them?
Probably the greatest challenge here is that your marketing strategy may not live up to your expectations. For example, because you made some mistakes in identifying your product market fit, or choose the wrong marketing channels. The big thing you can do here is do your homework, conduct test devs, analyze your audience, and run some A/B tests to see what works best for you.
Yeah, and for example, if we are talking about product hunt launch here, like the worst thing that can happen is that you don't get to the top, and like there are not so many people see your product. And like the easiest thing you can do here is just like prepare for the next launch a bit better, like change your strategy a bit, and just do better next time, experiment with it. Like, I think that's the only thing you can do. For example, we had one launch in Product Hunt already. It was like accidental, so to say, and we didn't get a lot of upvotes because we chose like the wrong strategy. We didn't analyze the way Product Hunt works beforehand, and we thought that like you should just go there and you can upload your product there at any time, not the very moment the challenge starts. Like we did it like in the middle of the day, and that's why we didn't get like almost any upvotes, like about 30 of them or so. But it was a lot already because we were like at the very bottom of the list. So now we are preparing very hard, and like we will do everything to start the launch at the moment it should start. So yeah, that's what you should do. Just analyze everything beforehand, everything you do.
So do the research have a strategy for the launch? And I think time to launch, getting a good hunter if you're not very active on Product Hunt, getting active with the community, creating an initial buzz, so you get a initial set of upvotes is essential, I guess, for a good launch, for you to get among top 3 or top 5. I think we can move to the last slide. Yeah. I think yeah. So what post launch strategy should you consider to sustain and grow your sales? I think you can talk about your experience. Then we've had some experience doing product launches. We can discuss that as well. Yeah. How do you plan to sustain if you do well on product hunt and to grow your product? So what is the next step?
Well, plan the next launch. If we are talking about product hunt here, you shouldn't limit to only one launch. Probably won't get you far. No matter how you prepare, there are still some things you can prepare for. So the main advice here will be launch your product, analyze the results, talk to your new customers to get feedback, analyze the mistakes, and start preparing for your next launch with this info in your mind.
Got it. I think you can launch multiple times. I think if it doesn't go well again, you can prepare for the next launch. If it's one launch is on one platform, you can plan another or do an update launch on the same platform. You can do multiple launches. I think you can do within 6 months, or any side product you can build around your main product to drive users to the main product. So a lot of people do that on product hunt as well. The way we worked about is we did build an email list after the launch, and we did get a lot of people to sign up. We did create some newsletters around for that email list to keep them engaged, and that did create a drip campaign for us to sort of get the next set of customers. So they might not convert now, but if you sort of educate them around the product and the value proposition you can provide, they would sort of see the value and convert. I think this was the last question. If anyone has any questions, just drop in a comment, drop a comment, and we would be happy to take that up. So when are you planning to launch on Product Hunt? Have you decided on a date? Any week?
We are planning at the end of October, so if everything goes fine, it will be the 24th. And we are preparing our coming soon page right now, and going live on the Product Hunt and discussing things with the community. So I've almost got a golden page already, in 3 weeks, I guess, something like this. But I'm there almost 24/7. So if you have any questions, you can just hit me up on LinkedIn or take part in my discussions. I do them all the time.
Great. I think Sneha can drop in your social links if you're active on LinkedIn or Twitter. Just Sneha, if you can drop the links, people can connect with you there. Sneha has a question. I think Daria, if you want to take that up,
I think the main advice here would be to start as soon as possible, because the AI field, I think it is very, very busy right now, because everyone is doing AI. Not everyone, but there are lots of new projects that appear every day. So I think the first thing you should do before you actually start building your product is to see whether people are really expecting this product and whether they will actually use it. Because, for example, my sister's husband, he's also in the IT sphere, and he's also developing a startup. And the first startup he thought of, he was like, okay, it's a great thing and everyone is going to use it. I think it's just very important. And he created it. And then he understood that no one actually thinks about this thing and no one needs it. And now he's got a second idea in his head, and the first thing he does is going out there and asking his potential customers whether they would actually use this product or not. Because sometimes what you think is just perfect is not that important for other people. So just first analyze the market, see that there is like some gap you can cover or some competitors you can overcome and do better than they do in some aspects at least, and then go out and do stuff.
Absolutely. I guess fine. I think we sometimes get too close to the product we are building and are not looking at the value proposition that product is providing. So in a long term, it does have a small shelf life, and it's better to sort of do the research, drill down the value proposition and what are you solving for before you launch, or even sort of the initial stages of the product. So you can look at scaling faster when you figure these things out. Great. I think we've come to the end of the session. If you want to connect with Ivan and Daria, the links, LinkedIn profile links are there, and mine is also in the comments in the chat window. You can connect with us, and happy to discuss anything around AI. And thanks Ivan and Daria for doing this. We do this monthly session. Generally, as I mentioned, around launches, people do learn from the community, from each other, around what is happening in the world of AI, how to launch products, what are the problems people are facing. And I think one of the problems we were facing was around customer support. That's why we launched Embed AI, which is a chatbot builder powered by ChatGPT. It can learn from a PDF to a website. A YouTube video has connections with Notion, Shopify, Intercom, etc. You can add AI capabilities to this platform using Embed AI. Thanks everyone. Thanks Ivan and Daria for doing this, and all the best for your launch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye bye.